Yeah.
Just a little patience with me. I'll be a little patient with you. We want to get everybody up and out. One of the things that happened out here was in the last 40 days, they cut the ribbon opening this wonderful golf course, the Preserve in Eisenhower. How did you like the course? And I want to thank our head pro here and the director of golf. If you stand up and give them a call. One of the things that Anne Arundel County Executive announced was that they were putting money in the budget to build a clubhouse that's commensurate with the golf course. He also announced that day that if all the funding goes through, his desire was to have the course named in honor of Al Green, the first head pro in the Mid-Atlantic Division and in Maryland in 1969 as a club pro. And so part of this whole activity is to keep public awareness and commitment toward it. I don't know how much you know about politics, but you got to show up every day and twice on Sunday, because as people move on, one or two big funerals, somebody move out of the country, things that were a priority yesterday aren't a priority tomorrow. So the Blacks of the Chesapeake is committed to keeping the fire under that proclamation to try to make it happen. And thank you all. The word is going to go from coast to coast, and we're serious. You said it, we want you to do it. Can I get a hand clap on that? And so when you get a chance, one of our historians, Jana Hayes Williams, wrote this information about Albert Green. This is Mr. Albert Green's son, Albert Green Jr. This plaque will be permanently kept in the clubhouse. When we get the new clubhouse built, there'll be a display case with memorabilia, not only on Mr. Green, but the Generals Golf Club. So, Mr. Green, one of the things that we have here is, this is called the Blacks of the Chesapeake Pioneer Award, presented to Al Green, PGA, National Black Golf Hall of Fame, the first African-American club pro in the Mid-Atlantic region and at the Eisenhower Golf Course. I know that your dad is under the weather. I did go up to the rehab center. I stuck my head in there, and as I told him, I said, well, Mr. Green, what do you think about what we're doing? He said, Vince, finish the swing. Finish the swing. So this is one more step in finishing the swing, and it's always good to give people their flowers while they can smell them. So if you would give this to your dad.
I guess really, I just want to thank you, first of all, and everyone here that's out supporting golf, particularly golf among minorities. You know, sometimes it looks like there's a lot of us playing when we're all together. Next week, come out here later this afternoon, it might look a little different. But really, I want to thank everybody for coming out. I do want to let you know that we are in the formation stage of a foundation on my father's behalf that will support education and golf and some career development things. So kind of putting that together right now. We'll definitely get the word out to everyone here and everyone we can as that develops. But I just really want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting my dad and celebrating what he did and what others did right here at this golf course, which is my first time playing this course, I want to say since 1983, something like that. No, before that, because I was only like 16 or 17 last time I played this course, and I'm 59 now. It's been a while, but it's wonderful what they did. It took me the whole 18 to get used to the back nine, being on the front nine. I kept thinking I'm going to 3 when it was 12, and it was just, but I had a great time, and I hope everyone else did too. Thanks for coming out.
Recognize the the Generals Golf Association, and the people here that play with the Generals will get the name right if I'm not saying it right. But I know Stanley George. Stanley, come up here. And then Janice Lloyd, could you work your way up here? Also, that while Stanley and Janice is coming up, I want to acknowledge Myron Coach Green. Can you stand up, Coach Green? That on the display table, he went into his archives and has some wonderful pictures of Al's second course records when they were playing around the country. And I thank you for contributing that. So Stanley, we should start with you. Got the words on the Generals Golf.
Thank you, everybody. Just want to say that on behalf of the Generals Golf Association, which is a group that we had a long time ago, and we did have a lot of people when I became involved in it. And as you can see, most groups and golfers, as we get older, we lose a lot of people, and we have lost a lot of people. So out of that organization that we have, it may be only 7 of us left, if I'm not mistaken. Close to about 7 out of maybe 40, 50 some guys. So it's always good to try to get young people back involved. This is a very good outing. First time I've seen something like this in this area for a long time. So on behalf of my guys, I mean, it's great. It's great. So continue to work. Continue to work.
Good afternoon, everybody. My father was Lavelle Sugar Pie Bill Day. He was one of the generals. My dad was an amazing man. He loved golf. He loved his family. These are my 2 sisters. And all I can say is there's so much history here. Even though most of us haven't seen each other, there's Mr. Brown. The gentleman was Mr. Stansbury's daughter was here.
Can you talk to the microphone so he was saying?
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Lavelle Hub Coach Green. I am the golf coach at Charles Herbert Flowers High School in Prince George's County. And I would like to say that Al Green, of course, still is. Visited him the other day. We're still best friends. I met Al Green in 1960 when I was 14 years old. 75 now, but I'm loving it. But I want to say that when Al became pro here in 1969, when I got out the Marine Corps in 68, and my mother said to me, your friend is going to be the head professional at the Generals EISENHOWER Golf Course. I said, somebody must have lost their mind. So I immediately contacted him, because while I was in the Marine Corps, we weren't in contact with each other, but we've been friends for actually 61 years. 2 years after I got out of the Marine Corps, he decided that he wanted me to play some competitive golf, so he took me to my first golf tournament in Newport News, the Old Dominion Open in 1971. And from that point on, I fell in love with golf. And through Al Green, and Vince has some pictures, but through Al Green, this lady's father, Bill Day, I want to say, now this lady don't know this, so I'm going to tell her. Okay, in Annapolis, if you were not an athlete, in other words, if you didn't play football, basketball, and baseball, you might as well move somewhere. Now, golf was extra. But her father was the only person in the history of Elgin Baylor's career to ever be held under 15 points in a high school game. That was her father, Bill Day. But getting back to Al, and I don't want to keep this going, Al took me around, and I was blessed with the fact of playing with all the professionals. Lee Elder, Calvin Pete Brown, I can go on and on, but he always took me with him. Now, through that, I was never a professional golfer myself. Unbeknownst to me, I never realized that once I turned 57 years old and after having quadruple bypass heart surgery, a friend of mine knew who I used to hang with and asked me to be the golf coach at Flowers Golf Course in Springdale, Maryland. And from that point, I've been working with the kids for the last 20 years. They have won a total of 12 regional championships and 2 county championships, but that's because of hanging with Al Green. And he took me around. He never gave me a golf lesson, but back in the day, we just learned through observing people. So I want to say that I know you folks can never ever see Al Green ever hit a golf ball, but he hit his golf ball like it was on a bow and arrow, dead straight, with persimmon clubs, 300 yards, and I just love being in this company. And I'm only playing today because I told Jeff Brooks and Vince I wasn't going to play, but when I went to visit him last week, he says, "You got to play in my event," so I'm playing. I had a good time, and I want to thank y'all for hearing me out. Thank you.
Ms. Davis, you get a chance to say your part? Jesse? Okay. This golf tour, I'm the executive vice president. This is the president of the Black Heritage Tour. He's going to tell you about our junior program and upcoming event. Thank you, Sandy.
Good evening to all. Good evening. And thanks for being a part, because we are definitely partners. There are a number of things that we have that we all participate and support each other with. But our primary objective is to develop young minority golfers. So we have 2 of our golfers here that we're very proud of. E. Brooks, come up for a minute. And where's Sarah?
Sarah's there. Sarah's there.
Would you come up for a minute?
She on the parking lot.
Green, would you come up for a minute? We just want to take a picture with you. And then as they're coming up, what we try to do, we try to prepare kids for college, and at the least, should I say. Because ultimately we think that they are advanced enough to ultimately get to the next level. So with Black Heritage Tour, we have a number of events that we have throughout the year. And we definitely would like to invite all of you, because we are partners. Blacks of the Chesapeake is a close partner with what Black Heritage Tour is about. So you'll find that we do a number of things. And by the way, IBGA, who's also partnered with this event, is also one of our consortium members. Just to let you know, we have a great family, should I say. We have about 20 different organizations that support this same cause. We call them consortiums. And one of the consortiums that's coming up is the Lions Club too. That's one of our consortium members as well. And we're going to be supporting them, and our other consortium members support what they're doing, because it comes back to supporting minority youth. So without any other delay, Sarah and E, come up real quick. And
Yeah.